Hello, friend. So glad you're here tonight. Get comfortable, pull the covers up, and let the day loosen its grip. There's nowhere else you need to be. Before we begin, a small request. Most of the people listening tonight aren't subscribed. If this channel has ever helped you drift off, take a moment to subscribe and tap the like button on tonight's video. Both are free, they take 2 seconds, and they help this channel more than you'd think. And you can always change your mind later. And if you feel like it, leave a comment telling me where in the world you're listening from and what time it is where you are. I love reading them. In the ancient city of Athens, a man named Aristotle was questioning the very nature of happiness itself. He would later become known as one of history's greatest philosophers. But in the year 3040 BCE, he was just beginning to formulate his ideas about what it truly means to live well. As he delved into this profound question, Aristotle coined the term that has echoed through the centuries, eudaimonia, a word that comes from the Greek forger, translating not as mere happiness, but as something much deeper, human flourishing. Aristotle believed that every action we take aims at some good, but he argued for a supreme good, one that is chosen for its own sake. This led him to propose that the highest human achievement, the ultimate goal of our lives, is not just to feel happy, but to live in a state of eudaimonia. This concept of human flourishing is more than just feeling content or experiencing pleasure. It encompasses the full development of one's potential and living a life filled with virtue and reason. According to Aristotle, eudaimonia is not merely an emotional state, but a way of being in the world that allows us to thrive as human beings. In his works, Aristotle introduces the idea of eudaimonia to reflect human flourishing as a reflection of virtue and the development of one's full potential. He believed that true happiness comes not from fleeting moments of pleasure, but from long-term fulfillment and personal growth. The Global Flourishing Study, a major empirical research project on contemporary flourishing, underscores this idea by emphasizing that well-being is more than just the absence of illness. It's about living a life that is rich and meaningful. Aristotle's ethical framework was essentially a practical roadmap for human flourishing. He argued that happiness depends not on luck or circumstance, but on our own behavior and habits. In the context of his 4 causes, material, formal, efficient, and final causes, Aristotle saw eudaimonia as the supreme human good. This means that our ultimate purpose is to strive for a life well lived, guided by virtue and reason. Imagine the concept of ergon. In Aristotelian philosophy, it refers to what a thing does that makes it what it is. For humans, our ergon might be considered as living in a state of eudaimonia, using our unique capabilities and potential to live lives filled with meaning and virtue. As you delve deeper into Aristotle's ideas, consider the butter knife. Its function is clear, to cut and spread butter. But for humans, our purpose, our ergon, is more complex and profound. It's about cultivating a life of virtue and reason, pursuing excellence in all that we do. By the end of his explorations, Aristotle concluded that true happiness comes from living a life marked by virtue and reason, continually striving towards our full potential, in essence, a life of eudaimonia. But this is just the beginning of our journey into Aristotle's ideas about true happiness and what it means to live well. One more thing before we begin. I'm also a co-founder of a sleep app built to be the most affordable one out there. No ads, ever. Just sounds and stories made to help you sleep. It may not be released yet as this video goes up, but if you're watching a little later, it might be out by now. Just search for it, it should be easy to find. It works on iPhone, Android, and everything in between. Downloading it is the best way to support this channel. Positive psychology includes eudaimonia as part of its study on psychological well-being, self-determination, and meaning in life. Aristotle's ethical investigations were extensive and included logic, rhetoric, and what is often called virtue ethics. The Nicomachean Ethics, a work by Aristotle, outlines methods for human beings to change their character and achieve eudaimonia. Published in 2001, the Nicomachean Ethics has been revised over time to maintain its relevance and depth of insight into human flourishing. Aristotle's work on ethics includes the four cardinal virtues: prudence, justice, temperance, and courage. These are cornerstones of virtue ethics. In Aristotelian ethics, the goal is to live a life that embodies these virtues, leading to true happiness or eudaimonia. This approach emphasizes that happiness is not merely about feeling good, but also about behaving well and cultivating one's character over time. Aristotle believed that true happiness, or eudaimonia, is achieved in accordance with virtue, making it a central concept in his moral philosophy. Understanding this provides context for why eudaimonia is so important to Aristotle's ideas about true happiness and living well. But as we delve deeper into his philosophical framework, we begin to see the intricate web of virtues and behaviours that contribute to human flourishing. The Nicomachean Ethics remains one of the most influential works on moral philosophy to this day. Written by Aristotle, the text explores a science dedicated to understanding the good life. Aristotle views ethical virtues as intricate skills that blend rational thought with emotional balance and social awareness. His Nicomachean Ethics delves into how these virtues contribute to human flourishing, which Aristotle calls eudaimonia. The text is so profound that it outlines the role of the state in promoting these virtues and the well-being of its citizens. As we dive deeper into Aristotle's philosophical framework, the Nicomachean Ethics stands out as a foundational text for understanding eudaimonia. It guides us through the intricate web of virtues and behaviours that lead to true happiness and fulfillment in life. Aristotle's belief in the centrality of virtues to living well is a cornerstone of his philosophy. According to Aristotle, virtues are not merely abstract ideals, but practical qualities that guide our actions and decisions. He distinguishes between moral virtues, like courage and justice, and intellectual virtues, such as wisdom and reason. The doctrine of the mean suggests that virtue lies between two extremes, excess and deficiency. For instance, courage is not rashness, but rather the ability to face danger with a balanced and calm demeanour. Similarly, justice is not partiality, but rather impartiality in one's actions and decisions. Aristotle believed that cultivating these virtues through rational living is key to reaching one's natural end. In his view, true happiness comes not from mere pleasure or luck, but from the constant practice of virtue. This steady cultivation of virtues leads to a life that is not only fulfilling, but also deeply meaningful. This path to happiness is not easy. It requires constant effort and self-discipline. Yet Aristotle sees this journey as a worthwhile endeavour that aligns with our natural capacity for reason and virtue. By understanding and practicing these virtues, we can strive for a life that is not just happy, but also flourishing. Aristotle believed that reason, along with practical and theoretical wisdom, is crucial for achieving eudaimonia, his concept of true happiness or human flourishing. In Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics, he discusses how practical wisdom, or Phronesis, is essential for making decisions that lead to a life well lived. This isn't just about making good choices in the moment, it's about understanding what actions are truly virtuous and how they contribute to long-term flourishing. Theoretical wisdom, or Sophia, comes into play as it allows us to contemplate the bigger questions of life and understand our place in the universe. Aristotle argues that a life guided by reason enables us to make decisions that are not only good, but also virtuous and beneficial for our overall well-being. He believes that by cultivating both practical and theoretical wisdom, we can live a life in accordance with virtue and reach our full potential. Aristotle believed that the path to true happiness involves finding balance, which he called the golden mean. For example, courage is the virtue that lies between cowardice and recklessness. Cowardice is the deficiency of courage, when one lacks the ability to face danger. Recklessness, on the other hand, is the excess of courage, when one faces danger without due caution. Aristotle argued that true happiness requires striking this balance, finding the middle ground. This balance is what Aristotle referred to as the golden mean, the ideal state of being that leads to true happiness. According to Aristotle, This balance is essential for achieving true happiness in life. So, the key to unlocking our potential and living a happy life lies in finding that perfect balance, the golden mean. In the quiet halls of academia, Aristotle's theory of eudaimonia has been rediscovered and expanded by modern philosophers and psychologists. The concept of eudaimonia has been expanded in psychology to include constructs that capture a more holistic version of well-being. The Flourishing scale is one of the measurement tools used in positive psychology to assess well-being and flourishing. The idea of eudaimonia resonates with modern thinking around mental health, often linked to the concept of well-being. Eudaimonic well-being has been studied and discussed in contemporary philosophy and psychology. Modern positive psychology uses Aristotle's ideas to define eudaimonic well-being. This is not just about individual pleasure or success, it's about communal well-being and moral integrity. According to Aristotle's ethical framework, being good involves excelling at the function, ergon, of a particular thing. In the context of happiness, eudaimonia is also referred to as flourishing and well-being. This modern understanding of eudaimonia aligns with Aristotle's original concept of living a life in accordance with virtue and reason. Aristotle's concept of eudaimonia, or human flourishing, doesn't consist of a fleeting state of mind. It's not merely feeling content. Instead, it involves living in alignment with one's true values and purpose. To achieve eudaimonia, Aristotle emphasizes that we must consistently exercise virtues. This means living a life guided by reason rather than chasing fleeting pleasures. To practice virtue, we must develop habits of excellence through consistent repetition. This might mean regularly engaging in acts of kindness, patience, or courage. For example, if you want to cultivate the virtue of patience, start by taking on small tasks that require waiting, like standing in line without using your phone. By consistently practicing such behaviors, we can train ourselves to act virtuously even in challenging situations. So while it might be tempting to indulge in fleeting pleasures, true happiness comes from cultivating virtues and practicing reason in daily life. This path isn't always easy, but with consistent effort, we can move closer to the state of eudaimonia, a life lived well and in accordance with our highest values. By applying these principles, you're taking practical steps towards living a life of eudaimonia, as Aristotle intended. Aristotle's legacy is profound and enduring, shaping our understanding of happiness and human flourishing even today. His program, compactly set out in the Nicomachean Ethics, Ni, I7, beginning at 1097 B22, introduces a path to true happiness through virtue and reason. At the heart of Aristotle's philosophy lies eudaimonia, not merely about achieving happiness, but also about living a life that is purposeful and meaningful. This ancient concept has significantly influenced modern thought. The enduring relevance of Aristotle's ideas on happiness lies in their timeless wisdom. They remind us that true fulfillment comes from living a life aligned with our values and the pursuit of excellence. As we reflect on Aristotle's teachings, we recognize that true happiness is not merely about fleeting pleasure, but about a life well lived and in accordance with our highest potential. As we delve deeper into Aristotle's philosophy, it becomes evident that while eudaimonia offers a compelling path to true happiness, many questions remain unanswered. What exactly constitutes living well in today's complex world? Are the virtues Aristotle advocated still relevant in our modern context? How do we balance immediate pleasures with long-term fulfillment, and can technology enhance or hinder this pursuit? Can Aristotle's theory of human flourishing be applied universally across different cultures and societal norms? What role does personal growth play in the pursuit of eudaimonia, and how do we measure our progress towards this ideal state? These questions highlight the richness of Aristotle's thought and invite further exploration into the multifaceted nature of true happiness. As we ponder these unresolved queries, one thing is clear: the journey towards understanding eudaimonia is ongoing and filled with intriguing possibilities. Perhaps the most important question of all: how can we continue to strive for a life well lived in our ever-changing world? Reflecting on these unanswered questions, we are left with a sense of wonder and curiosity that propels us to delve deeper into the pursuit of true happiness. Imagine the ancient city of Athens, circa 350 BCE. Amidst its philosophical circles, a renowned thinker named Aristotle is laying the foundations for what will become one of the most influential theories of happiness. For Aristotle, every action has a purpose or end, a concept known as telos. This idea extends not only to inanimate objects, but also to human beings. Aristotle believes that the essence of being human is the pursuit of excellence and virtues. Each individual has a natural end or telos, which can be reached through practice and repetition. This teleological approach offers a profound perspective on how we can achieve true happiness by aligning our actions with our inherent purpose and nature. As you ponder these insights, let the wisdom of Aristotle guide you on your own journey towards a life well lived and full of meaning. Political theories were integral to Aristotle's ethical investigations. He believed that a virtuous life could not be separated from the context of society and governance. Aristotle introduced the idea that each person has a specific role to play in society, which he referred to as their ergon, or function. He believed that a well-ordered society is one where each person fulfills their ergon effectively. This contributes to the overall eudaimonia of the community. According to Aristotle, practical wisdom, or Phronesis, is crucial for individuals to fulfill their roles effectively. In his view, a just and well-governed society allows its members the freedom to cultivate virtues such as wisdom, courage, and justice. This, in turn, enables individuals to achieve eudaimonia, the ultimate goal of a life well lived and filled with meaning. Aristotle emphasized that the state plays a vital role in promoting the common good, a concept closely tied to eudaimonia. For him, politics and ethics were not separate domains but interwoven elements of a cohesive whole. For Aristotle, the road to true happiness wasn't solitary but interwoven with a crucial element: friendship. The ancient Greek philosopher believed that human connections were vital for a flourishing life. He writes that friends hold up a mirror to each other, reflecting virtues and excellence. In this way, friendships help individuals grow in their own virtues and become better versions of themselves. Moreover, Aristotle believed that the true test of character is how one behaves towards friends. The bonds formed through friendship reveal a person's moral fiber and integrity. He posits that happiness, or eudaimonia, is not just about personal achievements, but also about the quality of one's relationships. A life filled with strong, virtuous friendships is a life well lived. Aristotle suggests that without friendship, even the most successful individuals would lack true happiness. It's through these bonds of mutual respect and love that we find a deeper sense of purpose and contentment. He emphasizes that in friendship, two people choose to be together not out of necessity, but because they delight in each other's company. This choice makes the relationship a profound expression of their highest values. Therefore, for Aristotle, friendship is more than just a pleasant addition to life. It is an essential component of true happiness. It's through these connections that we fully realize our potential and live a flourishing existence. In conclusion, Aristotle's theory of eudaimonia underscores the invaluable role friendship plays in leading a happy and meaningful life. The bonds we form with others are crucial components of our overall well-being. Practical wisdom helps us make decisions that align with our values and purpose. To achieve eudaimonia, we must practice these virtues consistently in our everyday lives. This perspective offers practical insights into how to implement eudaimonia in daily decisions. Aristotle differentiated between pleasures that align with eudaimonia and those that do not. For him, the key distinction lies in whether a pleasure is virtuous or not. He argued that while pleasures can be part of a virtuous life, they must serve a higher purpose and not become ends in themselves. To illustrate this, consider the example of health. Maintaining good health can be seen as a virtuous activity because it supports overall well-being and enables one to live a fulfilling life. However, enjoying a delicious meal just for its own sake is a pleasure that might not contribute significantly to eudaimonia unless it is part of a balanced and virtuous lifestyle. For Aristotle, true happiness involves more than just fleeting pleasures. It includes living in a way that is purposeful and meaningful. This perspective helps to distinguish the role of pleasure in achieving a virtuous, happy life from simply seeking out immediate gratifications. It emphasizes that while pleasure can be part of eudaimonia, it must be balanced and aligned with virtues to truly contribute to one's happiness. Ultimately, Aristotle's view on pleasure is that it should be a means to an end rather than the end itself. He saw knowledge as a key component of this pursuit. To Aristotle, happiness is not merely pleasure or fleeting joy, but the fulfillment of one's potential through reason and virtue. He divided human activities into three main categories: practical life, moral life, and contemplative life. Practical life involves the everyday tasks we perform to sustain ourselves. Moral life encompasses our social interactions and virtues, and contemplative life is where theoretical reasoning and knowledge come in. Aristotle believed that theoria, or contemplative activity, holds a special place. He thought that by engaging in deep reflection and study, someone could reach a higher state of happiness. In his view, the pursuit of knowledge is not just a means to an end, but an integral part of achieving eudaimonia. It leads to self-realization and a deeper understanding of the world around us. For Aristotle, this intellectual journey is not passive, but active. He saw learning as an activity in itself, an end to be pursued for its own sake. Someone who deeply understands the world around them can find true happiness. In his Nicomachean Ethics, he writes that the highest form of life is one dedicated to contemplation. This isn't just about accumulating facts, but rather using our rational capabilities to their fullest extent. Aristotle argues that the more we engage in theoretical reasoning and study, the closer we get to living in accordance with our true nature. This pursuit of knowledge is not a solitary endeavor, but a pathway to self-discovery. So, according to Aristotle, the key to human flourishing lies in our ability to think deeply and contemplate. It's through this pursuit that we can achieve true happiness, eudaimonia. Epicurus, for instance, believed that the absence of pain and the presence of pleasure were key to happiness. He emphasized immediate gratification over long-term virtue. The Stoics, on the other hand, saw happiness as living in accordance with nature and accepting one's fate without emotional distress. While these philosophers agreed that happiness was important, their definitions differed significantly from Aristotle's. For Aristotle, eudaimonia wasn't just about immediate pleasure or accepting fate, but involved actively cultivating virtue and living a meaningful life. Aristotle's viewpoint encourages personal growth and the pursuit of excellence in all aspects of life. This contrasts with Epicurus's focus on minimizing pain and maximizing pleasure at any cost, or the Stoics' acceptance of fate without emotion. By understanding these differences, we gain a broader context for Aristotle's idea of eudaimonia, a path to true happiness through virtue and reason. Psychology, the science of mind and behavior, has long sought to understand what makes us happy. Modern psychology has taken this ancient idea and expanded upon it. These are not just buzzwords, but constructs that capture a more holistic version of well-being. It seeks to understand how people around the world are experiencing and practicing eudaimonia in their daily lives. This connection between ancient philosophy and contemporary psychology demonstrates the enduring relevance of Aristotle's ideas. By exploring how we can live virtuously and reason through our actions, psychology continues to uncover what true happiness really is. It's not just about fleeting pleasure or momentary joy, it's about living a life that is purposeful and meaningful. In this way, psychology honors Aristotle's legacy by showing us how to flourish as human beings. And that, perhaps, is the ultimate eudaimonia, a life lived well in pursuit of excellence and reason. Aristotle believed that certain qualities, or virtues, are essential for a flourishing life. Prudence, the ability to make wise decisions, ensures that our actions align with our long-term goals. justice, treating others fairly and equitably, maintains social harmony. Temperance helps us control our desires, preventing excesses that could lead to imbalance. And courage, facing difficulties with fortitude, allows us to overcome obstacles. These virtues aren't isolated, they support each other in a cohesive whole. Temperance, for instance, keeps our desires from clouding our judgment and thus enhancing prudence. Justice relies on courage to uphold fairness, even in challenging circumstances. By cultivating prudence, justice, temperance, and courage, we align ourselves with the path to true happiness as Aristotle envisioned. In Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics, the pursuit of eudaimonia, human flourishing, is paramount. This philosophy posits that true happiness is not merely a state of mind, but a way of living that aligns with virtue and reason. Moral virtues pertain to how we behave towards others and uphold ethical standards in society. Intellectual virtues, on the other hand, involve our reasoning abilities and the pursuit of truth and knowledge. Cultivating practical wisdom means applying our knowledge and virtues in everyday decisions. In ancient Greece, where democracy was born and philosophy thrived, a concept called eudaimonia was central to their culture. But it was not just about feeling good. It represented a deeper sense of flourishing and living according to one's true values. Athenian democracy, one of the earliest forms of government, was deeply rooted in ideals that mirrored eudaimonia's emphasis on living well and doing good. This concept wasn't just theoretical, it permeated everyday life, guiding individuals to strive for excellence and balance in all aspects of their lives. Plato, another influential thinker of the time, also touched on eudaimonia in his dialogues. This shared belief in the pursuit of excellence and reason as keys to happiness shaped the very fabric of ancient Greek society. Eudaimonia was more than just an abstract philosophy, it was woven into the heart of their communal life. This deep-rooted value system provides historical depth to Aristotle's ideas on happiness, showing how they were not just theoretical, but deeply practical and culturally resonant. Hedonists believe that the highest good is pleasure. Anything that feels good is considered valuable. For a hedonist, happiness is found in the pursuit and achievement of pleasurable experiences. He argued that true happiness comes from living a life of reason and consistently exercising your virtues. This means that pleasure is not the sole aim, but rather a byproduct of a life well lived. Hedonists might pursue short-lived pleasures without considering the long-term effects on their well-being. Aristotle's perspective suggests that true happiness is found in the cultivation of a virtuous life over time. This sharpens the distinction between superficial and true happiness. Aristotle's exploration of eudaimonia, or human flourishing, goes beyond individual virtues. It ventures into the realm of politics and society. In his view, true happiness is not achievable in isolation, but requires a well-ordered polis or city-state. The polis, for Aristotle, is more than just a place. It's a community where citizens can actively participate in governing themselves. This participation is crucial for eudaimonia because it allows individuals to develop and exercise their civic virtues. In the Poetics, Aristotle argues that a person cannot be happy if they live alone like a beast or a god among men. He believes that happiness comes from living in a political community where citizens can practice justice, courage, and other civic virtues through their roles as rulers and ruled. He envisions a polis where every citizen has an equal opportunity to participate in the government, ensuring that decisions are made with the collective wisdom of all. This active involvement fosters a sense of belonging and purpose, which are essential components of eudaimonia. Moreover, Aristotle emphasizes that the goal of politics should not be mere survival, but the pursuit of the good life. A well-ordered polis supports this by promoting education, culture, and the practice of virtues among its citizens. Through this lens, we see how political structures can either support or hinder human flourishing. When a society prioritizes the common good and the development of civic virtues, it creates an environment conducive to true happiness. Conversely, A polis that neglects these aspects may leave its citizens feeling disconnected and unfulfilled. Aristotle's vision for politics is not just about creating stable governments, but about fostering the conditions necessary for human beings to live well and flourish. Aristotle saw Arete as the cornerstone of personal development and moral growth. He believed that cultivating these virtues was key to achieving eudaimonia. The pursuit of Arete involves not just actions, but also cultivating habits and dispositions that align with moral virtue. Growth in Aristotelian terms isn't just about gaining knowledge, but also about refining one's character and becoming a better person. This continuous process of self-improvement aligns with the eudaimonic ideal of living a life in accordance with reason and virtues. Aristotle's vision of human flourishing isn't just about reaching a static state, but about constantly striving for personal growth and moral excellence. According to Aristotle, wealth is not an end in itself, but a tool that can be used for good or ill. It holds potential for enhancing our lives, yet it also carries the risk of corrupting them. Wealth, when used wisely, can provide the means for cultivating these virtues and fostering a life of reason. It can support education, healthcare, and other endeavors that contribute to personal growth and moral excellence. However, Aristotle also warned against the dangers of excessive wealth. He argued that an overabundance of material possessions can lead to greed, selfishness, and a disregard for others. Aristotle's critique of wealth is not about denouncing all forms of material wealth, but about advocating for a balanced, virtuous approach to its use. This balanced perspective clarifies that wealth is not the ultimate path to true happiness, but a tool that can either enhance or hinder our pursuit of eudaimonia. Understanding this distinction is crucial for navigating the complexities of modern life and ensuring that our pursuit of happiness remains grounded in virtue and reason. John Rawls, in his influential work, A Theory of Justice, advocated for a just society that promotes eudaimonia through fairness and equality. Martha Nussbaum emphasized the importance of emotions in achieving eudaimonia, arguing that a flourishing life must include both reason and emotion. Alasdair MacIntyre critiqued modernity's focus on individualism, suggesting that true eudaimonia requires community and shared purpose. These interpretations highlight the enduring relevance of Aristotle's theory in understanding how to live a life of virtue and reason. Each philosopher offers a different lens through which to view eudaimonia, emphasizing the complex nature of human flourishing. By doing so, we can strive towards a state of eudaimonia, where our actions align with our highest ideals, leading to a life well lived. While Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics lays out a comprehensive roadmap to human flourishing, it does not emerge in isolation. The foundations of his thoughts on eudaimonia can be traced back to the dialogues and teachings of an earlier philosopher, Socrates. Socrates, born in 469 BCE, is renowned for his method of questioning that sought to expose the inconsistencies in one's beliefs and knowledge. This practice of questioning became known as the Socratic method, or elenchus. Through his dialogues, Socrates emphasized the importance of self-knowledge and wisdom. He believed that true happiness could only be achieved by understanding one's own limitations and constantly pursuing knowledge. He believed that achieving one's full potential contributed significantly to this state of happiness. In his works, he often referred to this as Arete, a term that encompasses both virtue and excellence. Aristotle saw Arete as a crucial component of eudaimonia. It was not enough to simply be a good person. One had to strive for excellence in all aspects of life. In the context of Aristotle's philosophy, this means pursuing wisdom and understanding not just for their own sake, but also to live a life that is fulfilling and purposeful. The key here lies in the notion that happiness is not something that just happens. It is an achievement, a result of cultivating one's potential and living a life guided by virtue. Aristotle's idea of Arete is not just about being good. It is about becoming the best version of oneself. It is a journey of self-improvement and personal growth that leads to true happiness and fulfillment. In essence, Aristotle's concept of eudaimonia, which incorporates Arete, provides a profound framework for understanding the path to true happiness through virtue and reason. This idea continues to resonate in modern philosophical discussions on well-being and the good life. As we continue to explore Aristotle's ideas, we begin to see how the pursuit of excellence can transform not just individual lives, but also the world around us. This understanding deepens our appreciation for the role of virtue and flourishing in creating a truly happy life. And as we delve further into Aristotle's philosophy, we will explore how this pursuit of excellence can be applied to our own lives. While Aristotle's philosophy centers on individual flourishing, we must turn our attention to another great mind of ancient Greece, Plato. Plato, the teacher of Aristotle, envisioned an ideal society in his masterwork, the Republics. In this work, Plato presents a picture of justice and the good life that differs significantly from Aristotle's Eudaimonia. For Plato, justice is not merely an individual pursuit, but a harmony within society as a whole. He posits that each person should fulfill their function according to their natural abilities and virtues. This division of labor creates a balanced, harmonious society where everyone contributes to the common good. Both philosophers agree that virtue is crucial to a good life, but they diverge in their views of justice and society. While Plato sees justice as a societal balance, Aristotle believes it resides within the individual's pursuit of excellence. In this comparison, we see how philosophical perspectives can shape our understanding of happiness and the good life. In Aristotle's philosophy, the soul is not a separate entity, but rather an integral part of one's being and essence. The concept of the soul for Aristotle encompasses three parts: the vegetative, sensitive, and rational souls. While all living things possess a vegetative soul responsible for growth and metabolism, it is the rational soul that sets humans apart. The rational part of the soul seeks eudaimonia, or true happiness, by engaging in activities that align with practical and theoretical reason. Aristotle believed that the highest form of human activity involves contemplation, the use of theoretical reason to understand the world. This intellectual pursuit brings us closer to the divine and allows us to achieve our full potential as rational beings. Thus, for Aristotle, happiness is not merely a state of mind, but an ongoing pursuit of wisdom and virtue through the activities of the soul. It is in this constant engagement with reason that we find true happiness and fulfillment as human beings. Understanding the role of the rational soul clarifies how Aristotle views happiness as an active pursuit rather than a passive state. For Aristotle, every action taken by humans has a purpose, or telos, a goal that guides our behavior towards the ultimate end of human flourishing. According to Aristotle's theory, eudaimonia is not merely a state of being, but an active pursuit. It's the ultimate goal towards which all our actions are directed. Aristotle believed that this purposeful behavior is inherently tied to our rational nature, the logos is within us. In his work, Aristotle posits that eudaimonia serves as the final cause of all human actions. This means that our ultimate aim is not a fleeting pleasure or momentary satisfaction, but the enduring fulfillment of living in accordance with our true values and potential. In essence, Aristotle's teleological view of eudaimonia presents a compelling framework for understanding the path to true happiness as an intricately woven tapestry of purposeful actions. For Aristotle, the polis was not just a practical necessity, but an essential component of eudaimonia. He argued that humans are naturally social beings, designed to live and thrive in communities. In his Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle wrote that man is by nature a political animal. This meant that humans reach their full potential, not as isolated individuals, but as active participants in the polis. Civic life, according to Aristotle, provides a framework for exercising virtue and reason, the key ingredients of eudaimonia. It offers opportunities for individuals to practice good citizenship, contribute to the common good, and develop moral excellence. This interplay between individual flourishing and communal harmony is at the heart of Aristotle's concept of eudaimonia. He believed that true happiness comes from a balanced life where personal virtue aligns with civic duty. For Aristotle, the polis is more than just a collection of people, it is an organism in its own right. The well-being of the community and the happiness of its citizens are interdependent. He envisioned a society where individuals strive for personal excellence while also working towards the collective good, creating a virtuous cycle that elevates both the individual and the polis. This harmonious relationship between the citizen and the state is a crucial aspect of Aristotle's teleological view of eudaimonia, the idea that all human actions have an end or purpose, and that true happiness lies in fulfilling those purposes. In his works, Aristotle emphasizes that the contemplative life is the highest form of happiness. This emphasis on contemplation sets Aristotle's philosophy apart from other schools of thought. For Aristotle, contemplation involves using one's intellect to understand the world and oneself. This intellectual pursuit is not merely an academic exercise, but a key component of achieving eudaimonia. Aristotle argues that the life dedicated to contemplation is the most fulfilling because it aligns with our natural end. In his Nicomachean Ethics, he posits that human beings find their highest good in the exercise of reason. By engaging in contemplative activities, we are acting according to our true nature and potential. This intellectual pursuit not only brings happiness but also helps us live a life of virtue. Aristotle's emphasis on the contemplative life shows how intellectual pursuit is integral to eudaimonia. In essence, by engaging our minds in the pursuit of knowledge and understanding, we come closer to true happiness. This concept of eudaimonia through contemplative life is a profound insight into the role of intellect in achieving personal fulfillment. It illustrates that the path to true happiness lies not just in our actions, but also in our capacity for deep thought and understanding. This contemplative aspect of eudaimonia serves as a guiding principle in Aristotle's teleological view of human life. As we delve deeper into his philosophy, it becomes clear how the pursuit of knowledge and reason is essential to achieving eudaimonia. Among these virtues, courage played a pivotal role. Aristotle saw courage as more than just physical bravery. It encompassed the fortitude to face fears and adversities that could hinder one's growth. He believed that facing one's fears was essential for human flourishing because it allowed individuals to overcome obstacles and achieve their full potential. Aristotle noted that courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. This distinction is crucial as it highlights the active nature of virtue. He compared the practice of courage to honing a skill through repetition. Just as a musician becomes proficient by playing scales, so too does one become courageous by confronting and overcoming fears. For Aristotle, this practice is not merely about enduring hardship, but also about developing the wisdom to act correctly in the face of adversity. This wisdom, known as Phronesis, is vital for achieving eudaimonia. Thus, courage becomes a fundamental aspect of living well. It enables individuals to navigate the complexities of life with resilience and discernment, contributing significantly to their happiness. Moreover, Aristotle saw that courage is not a solitary virtue, but one that interplays with other virtues such as prudence and justice. This understanding invites us to face our fears, develop our strengths, and cultivate wisdom, thus living a life marked by genuine flourishing. By embracing courage, we not only overcome adversities, but also unlock our true potential, leading to the highest form of happiness, eudaimonia. In this way, Aristotle's teachings on courage offer a practical pathway to achieving the supreme good and living a life that is truly worthy of being called happy. And so, we see how facing our fears with courage contributes not only to resilience, but also to the profound satisfaction and fulfillment that characterize a flourishing life. Eudaimonia, Aristotle's profound concept of human flourishing, is rooted in his metaphysical beliefs about reality itself. For Aristotle, everything has an essence, a core property that defines it and makes it what it is. This essence is not a mere characteristic, it is the substance of a thing, its intrinsic nature. This essence is what sets it apart from other objects and gives it its unique purpose in the world. Aristotle believed that all things strive towards their own perfection, their essence or form. This teleological view sees the universe as a place where every entity aims to fulfill its potential and become its best self. For humans, this essence is intertwined with our capacity for reason and virtue. It's about acting in a way that expresses the highest ideals of humanity: virtue, reason, and moral integrity. Thus, Aristotle's metaphysical foundation reveals that eudaimonia is not just an ethical ideal, but a fundamental aspect of being human. For Aristotle, true happiness wasn't about fleeting pleasures or momentary joys. Central to this idea is the concept of justice, a virtue that plays a crucial role in achieving eudaimonia. In Aristotle's view, justice is not just about fairness in legal systems or political theories, but a deeper moral principle. It involves treating others fairly and equitably, ensuring that everyone receives what they deserve. For Aristotle, justice is the cornerstone of a well-functioning society where people can flourish and live fulfilling lives. Imagine a community where each person receives what they deserve, whether that's respect, opportunities, or basic needs. In such a society, everyone has the chance to cultivate their own potential and live according to their values. This is the essence of eudaimonia, a life of meaning, purpose, and genuine happiness. Justice, then, is not merely about being law-abiding, it's about actively promoting fairness and equity in all aspects of life. By treating others with fairness and respect, we create a ripple effect that touches every part of our lives. In the end, true happiness, eudaimonia, isn't achieved alone, it's a journey we undertake together, guided by the light of justice. Aristotle's theory of eudaimonia, human flourishing, extends beyond personal virtues and into the realm of public discourse. Central to this idea is his concept of rhetoric, the art of persuasive speech. Rhetoric, for Aristotle, isn't merely a tool for manipulation, it's an essential part of living well. He believed that effective communication fosters understanding and cooperation, which are vital for eudaimonia. Think of rhetoric as a bridge between individuals and communities. It allows us to articulate our values and ideals, making them tangible for others to grasp. This shared understanding is the cornerstone of a just society, a precursor to true happiness. Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics emphasizes this. Reasoned discourse isn't just about winning arguments, it's integral to living well. Beyond the mind's reasoned discourse lies another crucial component of living well: bodily health. For Aristotle, true happiness. Eudaimonia is not merely a mental pursuit, but an integrated harmony between body and mind. He asserts that our bodies are not mere vessels for our minds, but essential partners in the journey towards eudaimonia. Aristotle believes that physical health contributes to overall well-being, enabling us to live in accordance with reason and virtue. A healthy body is not just a means to an end, but a critical aspect of what it means to be human. Imagine the difference between a life filled with vitality and one plagued by chronic pain or illness. A person in good health can engage more fully in intellectual pursuits, social interactions, and physical activities that enrich the soul. Aristotle would argue that such activities are not mere distractions, but integral parts of a life well lived. Consider the athlete who combines physical prowess with mental discipline, embodying the balance Aristotle advocates for. This individual exemplifies how the cultivation of both body and mind can lead to a state of eudaimonia. Consider the basic functions our bodies perform every day: breathing, digesting food, moving. These are not just mechanical actions, but the very building blocks of our existence. Aristotle believed that understanding and cultivating these natural functions is crucial for achieving eudaimonia. He saw our bodies as instruments through which we can realize our full potential. Take, for instance, the process of growth. From childhood to adulthood, our bodies undergo constant change. But this growth isn't merely physical, it's also psychological and moral. As we mature, we develop not just in stature, but also in wisdom and virtue. This is the core of eudaimonia, the harmonious development of both body and mind. In his view, this self-actualization is as natural and necessary as any biological process. Just as a plant reaches for sunlight to grow, we strive to live in accordance with reason and virtue. But Aristotle also warned that this growth can be hindered if we ignore the natural functions of our bodies. Ill health, poor nutrition, lack of exercise, these all impede not just physical well-being, but also our ability to cultivate virtue and reason. Understanding the biological basis of our existence helps us appreciate the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit. When we align these aspects with virtue and reason, we unlock the path to true happiness. So, Aristotle's theory of eudaimonia isn't just a philosophical concept, but also a blueprint for living in harmony with our biological nature. And perhaps that is the essence of true happiness, not fleeting pleasure, but the deep sense of fulfillment that comes from growing and thriving as we were meant to. In Aristotle's pursuit of eudaimonia, or human flourishing, moderation plays a crucial role. It is not just about experiencing pleasure, but also about exercising self-control. Temperance, one of the 4 cardinal virtues, is key to this balance. This includes practicing temperance to avoid excesses that could disrupt the balance required for true happiness. Aristotle argues that living in accordance with reason leads to a balanced life, where pleasures are enjoyed responsibly rather than indulged. Moderation contributes to a balanced and virtuous life by preventing extremes that could derail one's path towards true happiness. By exercising self-control and practicing temperance, individuals can ensure they are not overwhelmed by temporary pleasures. Highlighting temperance as a key virtue for achieving true happiness, Aristotle's Poetics, his treatise on art, offers a profound insight into the connection between aesthetic pleasure and human flourishing. He posits that beauty is not merely something to be admired, but an essential component of eudaimonia, true happiness. For Aristotle, the appreciation of beauty enhances our ability to live well and realize our full potential as human beings. This is because aesthetic experiences engage us on a deep emotional level, fostering an inner harmony that contributes to overall well-being. When we encounter beauty in art or nature, it evokes a sense of balance and tranquility that aligns with the virtues Aristotle emphasized. Moreover, the contemplation of beauty encourages reflection on our own lives and values, prompting personal growth and self-awareness. This introspective journey, guided by aesthetic pleasure, is a vital step towards achieving eudaimonia. In essence, the pursuit of beauty and its appreciation are not frivolous activities, but integral to the path of true happiness through virtue and reason. Thus, Aristotle's Poetics illustrates how engagement with art and beauty is not just a cultural pastime, but an essential element of human flourishing. This understanding underscores the importance of cultivating aesthetic sensibilities in our quest for genuine happiness and a well-lived life. For Aristotle, wisdom wasn't just about accumulating facts, it was about understanding how to live well and make virtuous choices. He argued that the ultimate goal of education should be to cultivate practical wisdom, Phronesis in Greek, which enables one to navigate life's complexities with reason and virtue. This wisdom isn't something that can be taught directly. It must be cultivated through experience, reflection, and the practice of virtues. In his view, it's through this pursuit of wisdom, this constant questioning and seeking after truth, that we come closer to living a well-lived life. So, the quest for wisdom is not just an intellectual pursuit, it's fundamental to achieving true happiness, as Aristotle understood it. By continually seeking after truth and wisdom, we pave the way for a life that is not only pleasant, but also meaningful and virtuous. Phronesis isn't just about knowing what to do, but also understanding why and how to act virtuously in any given situation. It's the bridge between theoretical knowledge and practical application. In his Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle explores how Phronesis helps us make decisions that align with virtue and lead to human flourishing. He He argues that without practical wisdom, our actions would be guided by mere impulse or instinct, lacking the balanced perspective needed for true happiness. For Aristotle, Phronesis isn't about following rules blindly, but involves a deep understanding of the underlying principles behind those rules. This allows us to act appropriately, even in complex or unpredictable situations. Imagine Phronesis as a compass, always pointing us toward virtuous action, even in the face of temptation or adversity. This deep understanding of practical wisdom deepens our grasp of how reason guides happiness. It reminds us that true contentment comes not just from pleasant experiences, but from living a life steeped in virtue and meaning. Aristotle saw magnanimity as a quality that makes individuals more capable of handling success and challenges with grace. A person of great soul does not let power or accomplishments corrupt their character, but instead remains humble and virtuous. This virtue is not merely about being good in private, it encompasses public behavior as well. Aristotle believed that the actions of magnanimous individuals should reflect their inner goodness and wisdom, thereby enhancing their pursuit of eudaimonia. In his works, Aristotle illustrates how magnanimity complements practical wisdom. Together, these virtues deepen our understanding of what it means to live a life filled with reason and virtue. Consider the example of a leader who achieves great success but remains humble and just. This person demonstrates magnanimity by using their power to benefit others rather than for personal gain. Such actions reflect the individual's inner goodness and adherence to virtues, contributing significantly to their eudaimonia, their human flourishing. Aristotle's philosophy teaches us that true happiness is not fleeting pleasure, but a state of being achieved through the practice of virtues. Magnanimity, in particular, ensures that our successes and challenges are met with dignity and grace. By cultivating this greatness of soul, we not only elevate ourselves, but also contribute positively to the world around us, aligning with Aristotle's vision of human flourishing. Aristotle's vision of eudaimonia, or human flourishing, is intricately woven with the concept of virtue. Among these virtues, humility holds a place of profound significance. This modesty prevents overestimation of one's capabilities, which can lead to hubris, and excessive confidence that Aristotle deemed dangerous. Humility is not merely about self-deprecation, but understanding one's place in the grand scheme of things. It fosters a sense of harmony with nature and the cosmos, aligning with Aristotle's belief that living well means living according to reason and virtue. By recognizing our limitations, we become open to learning and growth, essential for achieving eudaimonia. This continuous self-improvement is the cornerstone of Aristotle's ethical teachings. In a world filled with complex challenges, humility allows us to adapt and evolve, staying true to the pursuit of human flourishing. One of the central virtues in Aristotle's system is generosity, which plays a crucial role in personal happiness. Generosity is not just about giving money or resources, it is also about cultivating a state of mind that values the well-being of others as much as one's own. By engaging in generous actions, individuals contribute not only to the happiness of others, but also to their own personal fulfillment and well-being. This practical application of virtue underscores the idea that our actions and habits shape not just our own lives, but also those around us. By practicing generosity, we not only help others, but also cultivate within ourselves the qualities that lead to a more balanced and virtuous life. This demonstrates the practical application of Aristotle's virtues, showing how small acts of kindness and generosity can contribute significantly to our overall well-being. Truthfulness, for Aristotle, was not merely about speaking the truth, it was a virtue that permeated every aspect of one's life. He believed that truthfulness promoted interpersonal relationships, fostering trust and creating strong bonds between individuals. Imagine a community where every person is committed to honesty. Each interaction builds upon a foundation of truth, creating a web of trust that supports the entire society. In Aristotle's view, truthfulness was not just about personal integrity, it had broader social implications. A virtuous person would not only tell the truth, but also live in a way that reflected their honest nature. This concept is deeply rooted in Aristotle's idea of the golden mean, where virtues lie between extremes, excess, and deficiency. Being truthful, therefore, means avoiding both deceit and excessive candor that could harm others. Truthfulness, in this sense, is a balancing act, knowing when to speak the truth and how to do so in a way that supports and enhances relationships. Aristotle's emphasis on truthfulness underscores the ethical foundations of happiness. It is not enough to simply feel good. One must also act in a way that embodies virtues. Among the virtues Aristotle considered essential for eudaimonia, or human flourishing, self-control stands out as a foundational element. This virtue is not merely about restraint, but also about balance and harmony in one's life. The pursuit of eudaimonia requires more than just feeling good. It involves acting in ways that embody virtues. Self-control is pivotal here, because it prevents actions motivated by fleeting desires from overriding our commitment to virtue and reason. This is why self-mastery is so essential for happiness. It helps us stay true to our values and purpose, ensuring that our actions reflect the best versions of ourselves. One of the most intriguing aspects of Aristotle's ethical framework is his emphasis on wittiness as a key component of social interactions. Wittiness, in Aristotle's view, is not merely a form of cleverness or humour. It is the ability to communicate effectively and appropriately in social settings, enhancing one's interactions with others. Aristotle saw wittiness as an essential virtue in maintaining harmonious relationships and fostering a sense of community. In Aristotle's view, wittiness is not about outsmarting others or gaining an advantage. It's about understanding the nuances of communication and using language effectively to build stronger connections. He believed that by cultivating wittiness, along with other virtues like courage, justice, and temperance, one can achieve eudaimonia, a state of human flourishing. In this view, happiness depends on our ability to navigate social situations with wisdom and grace. By understanding and practicing wittiness in our daily interactions, we can strive for a life filled with virtue and reason, the true essence of happiness. He argued that ambition plays a crucial role in achieving this state of human flourishing. Ambition, when channeled properly, drives us to perform virtuous actions and pursue excellence. For Aristotle, happiness is the ultimate goal of human life, and ambition is one of the key drivers that help us achieve it. He believed that by cultivating virtues and practicing reason, we can lead a life filled with meaning and purpose. This pursuit of eudaimonia requires directed effort and a balance between various aspects of life. Aristotle saw ambition as a powerful tool that, when used correctly, can guide us towards living well and doing what is good. This balance between ambition and virtuous actions is what ultimately leads to true human flourishing. He argues that justice is not only about ensuring that everyone gets what they deserve, but also about cultivating a sense of harmony within oneself. A just person understands their place in the world and acts accordingly, maintaining balance between ambition and virtue. Aristotle goes further to say that a life without justice is incomplete. It lacks the essential ingredient for true happiness because it fails to address the fundamental needs of the soul for order and harmony. For Aristotle, justice is not merely about preventing harm, but also about promoting good. A just person does not only avoid doing wrong, they actively seek to do what is right. This pursuit of justice becomes a cornerstone for eudaimonia because it aligns one's actions with their true potential and purpose. Living justly contributes to the development of one's full capabilities, which in turn leads to human flourishing. He suggests that a life lived without justice is like a musical composition missing its most crucial notes. It may be pleasant, but it lacks true resonance and depth. In essence, Aristotle sees justice as the glue that binds society together. When individuals treat each other justly, they create an environment where everyone can reach their full potential. Aristotle believed that community engagement is a vital component of eudaimonia, or true happiness. he argued that active participation in a community fosters the growth of virtues and practical reasoning. Aristotle believed that the Polis provided the necessary conditions for citizens to practice virtue and develop their capacities for practical reasoning. He argued that by participating in the political life of the polis, individuals could cultivate phronesis, or practical wisdom. He emphasized that justice was fundamental to the functioning of a community, and that just interactions between citizens promoted harmony and stability. Aristotle saw active engagement in a community as crucial because it allowed individuals to fulfill their ergon, or function. Community engagement was thus essential for achieving eudaimonia, because it provided opportunities for individuals to live out their purpose and strive towards the good. Moreover, Aristotle thought that the bonds formed within a community enhanced individual happiness by providing social support and a sense of belonging. The harmony and stability created by just interactions within a community are crucial for individuals to reach their full potential and live in accordance with virtue. One particular virtue that Aristotle emphasizes is resilience, the ability to maintain one's composure and integrity in the face of adversity. Resilience, according to Aristotle, is essential for enduring happiness because it helps individuals navigate through difficult times without losing their sense of purpose or moral bearing. In his work, Aristotle argues that virtuous actions are not just about doing the right thing at the right time, but also about cultivating an inner strength that can withstand life's challenges. He notes that true happiness is not something that is merely given or inherited. It is something that must be actively pursued and nurtured through disciplined practice. In the face of adversity, a resilient person can maintain their happiness because they have built a foundation of virtue that supports them through hard times. This resilience is not just about stoically enduring hardship. It is about thriving and flourishing even in the most challenging circumstances, demonstrating that virtues like resilience are crucial for enduring happiness. Aristotle teaches that while anger is a natural response to injustice, holding on to it can be detrimental to one's well-being. He argues that by forgiving those who have wronged us, we can free ourselves from the corrosive effects of resentment. In doing so, we cultivate a state of tranquility and inner peace that is essential for true happiness. Moreover, forgiveness fosters a sense of moral integrity and personal growth. Thus, forgiveness is not just about letting go of past grievances, it is about embracing the virtues that lead to human flourishing. By consistently practicing forgiveness, we strengthen our ability to live in accordance with practical and theoretical reason, the cornerstones of eudaimonia. In essence, forgiveness is not merely a passive act, it is an active cultivation of virtue that propels us toward true happiness.